How is life is nothing to do with COVID. How is life is how I'm thinking about COVID. How is life is about how I'm thinking about my current situation. But is my thought in my control? Can I choose my thoughts and feelings, my responses, my words, and my behavior? Again, second equation of life, which is very, very important. Second equation of life, extremely important. We've grown up believing that our thoughts and feelings are dependent on people and situations. So now again, vocabulary in 2019. I'm angry because of. I'm upset because of. I'm happy because of. In school, we used to write an essay, which was the happiest day of your life? And then we would find something nice that happened and we said that was the happiest day of our life when something this happened. So something good had to happen for me to be happy inside. We were taught right from school. Something good had to happen. If I get high marks, then I am happy. If my marks are less, it's natural to feel sad. We were taught that way. We were programmed that way. We were conditioned that way. We have grown up that way. If I get good marks, it's good. I've performed well. If I've not got good marks, it's not good. I didn't perform right. I have to learn my lessons. But it did not mean that if I have not got good marks, then being sad is normal. This is not the connection. Marks were my performance, not my emotions. But we made our emotions dependent on our performance. Our emotions dependent on our situations. Our emotions dependent on people's behavior. Our emotions dependent on the weather. Our emotions dependent on the government. Our emotions dependent on anything. And then came COVID. And globally we said fear and anxiety is normal. Is normal. And so we collectively created billions of people all over the world creating the same uncomfortable emotion. We've actually lowered the healing energy of the planet. Billions of people creating fear and anxiety. We know if we constantly create fear and anxiety, it's opposite of healing energy for the body. Globally, we created fear and anxiety. So what's the vibration of the planet? The planet needed healing energy, and we created the opposite energy. Because of our conditioning, because of our programming, that whatever we are feeling here is because of what's happening here. So I need this to be perfect for me to be perfect. Emotional dependence. Emotional dependence does not allow me to be emotionally healthy. Emotional fitness, emotional stamina will get built up only when I shift from emotional dependence to becoming emotionally independent, because that's the reality. Now, what is emotional independence? Because that's where happiness lies. Emotional independence. Emotional independent of what's happening outside. What's happening here is independent of what's happening here. Let's take today's Sunday for you. No, it's morning, Sunday morning. So now the rest of the day, just with family and friends. Not everyone will behave your way today. Not everyone will be the way you want them to be. Not everyone will meet up to your expectations. Outside world will fluctuate. Sometimes your way, sometimes not your way. Just one day, only one day today, just a few hours. Let's live a life of awareness and consciousness. This is their behavior. This is their nature. How I am going to respond is my choice. And respond your way. Don't react the way they behaved. Respond your way. And your way means respond through your personality, your nature. Respond a healthy way. A healthy way. Respond which builds up your emotional stamina. Respond what builds up your emotional immunity system. Respond a healthy way. So now, today, just attention, nothing else. Someone says something, behaves a certain way, not the right way according to us, but the way we will respond will be the right way. They may not behave the right way, but they are not in my control. But the way I will respond will be my right way. And my right way will be the way which conserves my emotional energy. I cannot deplete my energy. Let's look at this life like a battery. Emotional stamina means battery charged. But for that I will have to conserve my energy throughout the day. But someone said something. Watching the news, I reacted. Reading the newspaper, I reacted. Watching some movie, I reacted. I have so much to react to. But every time I was reacting, this battery was getting discharged. I didn't pay attention to that. I thought it was normal to react. I thought it was normal to react. And I kept reacting. I criticized somebody. I complained about someone. I was jealous of someone. I was hurt by someone's behavior. I was upset by what someone did. And I said it was normal. But while I was doing that, this battery went up. Very gradual. So gradual that we didn't realize that it was getting depleted. We didn't realize that it was getting depleted. So today, Sunday, the beginning of the Diwali week, the celebration week, the festive week, the week of lighting diyas. Diya means to give. Hindi, diya means to give. So lighting the diya means being a giver in life. Being a giver in life. So let's today be a giver. We will light that diya in the week, but today we will light this diya. Being a giver in life. People don't need to be my way. I will give love and respect. Not standing like this. Be my way, respect me, obey me, do what I want you to do. I will instruct, I will advise. But at the same time, I will accept that people will have their capacity and their ways of living and working. And I radiate love and respect to them. I'm a giver. Every day I need to remind myself, I am a giver. I don't need anything from people. I give. I give to people. When we give, this battery will get charged. We will get energized when we give. A giver is happy. Simple way to be happy. Being a giver in life. Giver not on what you own, but giver of who you are. Who you are. I the being. Happy being. Loveful being. Radiating that to everybody else. But how will I give to people? Just by being that way in every situation. So today when someone is not your way and you respond gently, respectfully, you are creating peace and love. You're creating that energy. But if I react, I am creating aggression and irritation. It all is a choice that in every situation, what's the energy I create? What I create, I am the first one to experience it. So the gift of happiness, I have to first give myself. What I give myself is what automatically goes to everyone else. Automatically. There's no way I can give happiness to people. I have to be happy. And when I be, then I'm automatically giving that. But if I'm being stressed and saying I'm giving happiness, that's an illusion. That's an illusion. Sometimes parents work very hard, struggle, life is difficult. But difficult not just here, but if they're struggling here a lot, then you ask them, why are you struggling so much? Take it easy. Say, no, it's all for the happiness of my children. Cannot give happiness to people by not being happy ourselves. Big illusion. Cannot give someone something that I don't have. If I want to give wealth, I need to have wealth. If I need to give knowledge, I want to have knowledge. If I want to donate blood, I need to be healthy physically. I cannot give without having it myself. If I want to give happiness and love, I have to be like that always, unconditionally, not only when situations are perfect. So emotional independence. We will have to practice this. We have to cultivate this. Emotional independence. People will be their way, situations will be their way, I will be my way, which means I will respond from my nature, my personality. And so when someone is not your way and you are the right way, the healthy way, we have started creating happiness. What is happiness? Happiness is not excitement. Happiness means when we are thinking right in every scene of life. When we are thinking right in every scene of life. When we are not untouched, undisturbed in every scene of life, we are calm and stable. And we can be calm and stable even if there is a crisis outside. Even if there is a crisis outside. So this line that we created, COVID, so fear and anxiety is normal. This equation needs to change. COVID, outside. Calm and stable, inside. Uncertain about outside, but very certain about what's inside. Know nothing about the outside, but know everything about the inside. The two worlds are different. Outer world, inner world. But we know everything about the outer world. We know everything about the outer world because we work very hard for the outer world. We work extremely hard to know about the outer world, and so we know everything about the outer world. If we paused and just looked at the inner world, it's like a corner in your house which we've never visited. We took care of the rest of the house. The rest of our house is picture perfect, spotless absolutely, beautiful. But there's one ignored corner in the house. There's one ignored corner. We never went there. So if we don't go into that corner, then what's that corner going to be? It cannot be like the rest of the house. That is a neglected corner. It will have stagnant energy. It will have cobwebs. It will have dirt. It will have stink. Only because it's a neglected corner. Not that it's difficult to do that. You know, sometimes we say, how can I take care of my every thought? How can I be happy when nothing is right? It's not about the how. It's about let's start going to that corner. We didn't visit that corner. That's all that we didn't do. And then we said, it's natural for that corner to be like that. So one lesson learned is, let's start taking care of this mind. It's not going to happen on its own. We will have to take care of it. We are a generation, when we were children, kids, we were not told how to take care of our mind because maybe we didn't need to do it that time. Our emotional health was fine. It was okay, average, good. We were not talking depression, anxiety attack, panic attack, diabetes, hypertension, cancer, divorce. Not in India. 30, 40 years back, numbers very, very low. Very, very low. But last 20, 30 years, it goes like this. Like this. So what's the reason? What's the reason for that steep rise? There are a lot of factors that happened which affected our emotional health. So we thought emotional health was not needed to be taken care of. It's a default system taken care of by its own. But then a lot of things happened by which we were not taking care of our emotional health, but we started affecting our emotional health. Simple thing. Most of the technology that we are using is a creation of 30, 40 years. It was not there before that. So whether it's our mobile, whether it's our internet, whether it's our computers, whether it's our laptops, emails, all a creation of 40 years. All a creation of 40 years. Everything designed to make our lives extremely comfortable. Everything designed to make our relationships very beautiful, very connected, very strong. Intention of what was designed. But the way we used it, we were not taking care of our mind. Someone designed that phone to be in our hand throughout the day. Intention, very good. We're always connected, we're safe, we're secure. Work happens very fast with that phone in our hand. But nobody wrote there on the phone that you have to look at it as the first thing in the morning when you wake up. Nobody said that. Nobody said you have to keep looking at your phone the last thing before you sleep in the night. Nobody said that. But I thought it was such an important object. So I looked at it first thing in the morning. I was looking at it the last thing before I was going to sleep. Then I got flooded with content. So I was consuming content. And all these things started taking a toll on my emotional health. And that's where that denominator, resilience, started getting affected. So what happened in the last 30, 40 years? Numerator increased. We would have still managed it, but denominator decreased. Denominator was not constant. Denominator decreased. So if numerator increases and denominator decreases, stress is going to get affected. So stress multiplied, very, very fast increase in our stresses. Such an increase that we are very comfortable saying now stress is a normal part of our life. If someone has to come and tell you that, oh, I never get stressed, everybody's going to look at that person. Why? You're not normal. You don't get stressed. So if you're not stressed, you're not normal. If you're stressed, then you are normal. So that's how much integral part of our life it became. Because these two factors, pressure increased, denominator decreased. So let's take some simple lifestyle habits. Simple, which we can implement right from today, which will start taking care of our emotional health. Emotional health, spirituality nourishes our emotional health. And therefore WHO gives the first pillar as spiritual health. Because spiritual health will give emotional health, will give mental health. Both will influence physical health, then social health. But the pillar is spiritual health, the foundation. Why spiritual health? Because soul, here, the energy, the life, the consciousness, it's the seed. It's the seed of the tree of life. It's the mind which affects the feelings. It's the mind which radiates emotions to the body, creates physical health. It's the mind which creates thoughts, radiates to people, creates our relationship. And it's the mind whose thoughts radiate into the environment and influence the planet. We're all talking about climate and environment now. How can we take care of the climate and the environment without taking care of our emotions? It won't happen. So this seed, we've been working very hard on the tree of our life. It had to start from watering the seed. So that's why this is the foundation, the seed. We said we have no time to water the seed. Why? Because we are very busy with the tree of our life. We don't have time to water the seed. And that's why the tree of our life has started showing its signs. One, we're always very busy because it's so difficult to water the tree. Leaves here, fruits here, flowers, we're watering every part of our life without nourishing the seed. So spiritual health is our foundation. It's the foundation. Simple habits. The first hour of the morning. First hour of our morning is extremely crucial to our emotional health. Just give yourself one gift this Diwali. Simple gift. That the first hour when we wake up will not be with technology. Just an hour. It's only an addiction, nothing else. Assume that you slept an hour more. Assume you're on a flight. Just assume that, just for a few days. Do it just for this 1 week of Diwali. Even in 1 week, we will start seeing a change in ourselves. Why? First thing in the morning, this blotting paper, absolutely clean, fresh, ready to absorb what we consume. But what's very crucial, what am I going to consume in that first 1 hour? Because after a good sleep, my subconscious mind is activated. Whatever I'm going to put on the first layer here goes deep inside. It becomes a part of my personality. Then throughout the day, there is a lot of layers and layers of information there. But that first layer of information in the morning is what the blotting paper is going to absorb. So the first hour of the morning and the last hour before we go to sleep is extremely important for our emotional health. Most news channels have the highest viewership early morning and late night. Most news channels. And these are the not correct times to consume the news of the world. Why? If I want to become emotionally independent, then I cannot consume the world onto my mind first thing in the morning. Cannot. Cannot consume the world onto my mind first thing in the morning. If I keep consuming the world, then I'm consuming the emotion of the world. And if I consume the emotion of the world, then I am becoming that same emotion. Then during the day, I will only react to the world. I will only react. So emotional health, take care of emotional diet, and emotional diet is what we watch, what we read, what we listen. Three things: content going in, what we watch, what we read, what we listen is who we become. Is who we become. And that's why these last 2-3 decades has taken a toll on emotional health, because what we watch, what we read, what we listen, we were flooded with content. Flooded with content. So we are that generation who has seen that era where we didn't have content like this throughout the day, to an era where there is content every click, content consumption. So what we watch, what we read, what we listen is who we become. Once I have that formula of emotional health fitted, then I'm going to be very, very careful of what I watch, what I read, what I listen. The world news, social media handles, digital platforms, the movies that I will watch, the songs that I will listen, the television, the serials, the OTT platforms, everything. What I watch, what I read, what I listen is who I become. Now if what I consume has lust, anger, greed, jealousy, stress, anxiety, violence, fear, then that's who I become. There's no other option. That's who I start becoming. But if what I consume has purity, compassion, empathy, gratitude, love, respect, acceptance, that's who I start becoming. I don't even have an option. That's automatically what I will start becoming, because it's the diet. If I eat junk, that's what the body becomes. If I eat healthy food, that's what the body starts becoming. There's nothing else that's governing it. So I only have to take care of what I watch, read, listen. First hour of the morning. 1 week Diwali gift. First hour of the morning. No phone. No consuming the world onto the mind. No phone means no consuming content from the world onto the mind. If you're using your phone for meditation music, or if you're using your phone to listen to a prayer or watch something positive, then. But what are we using to consume the first thing in the morning? Not even work communication. Not even work communication, which means work emails, work messages. Let's really think about this. The mind needs a little break to energize, to recharge, to refresh, so that when we go to work, we are creative, intuitive, relaxed, powerful. But if the mind, just before sleeping, absorbs work emails, work messages, wakes up first thing in the morning, again work emails, work messages, then this mind starts becoming a tired mind. And a tired mind, denominator of resilience starts reducing. Tired, fatigued mind starts getting irritated, agitated, angry, snaps for people at nothing, because tired mind, fatigued mind. So first hour of the morning, no work communication. We are not expected to be at work at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. So no work communication, no world news, no social media handles, no personal messages also. First thoughts of the morning should be of gratitude, because gratitude is a higher vibrational frequency. We need to shift our mind to a higher way of thinking, higher vibration, who I want to be, because our thoughts start manifesting in reality. So we need to think carefully. So first few thoughts in the morning of gratitude, just in bed, not even having come out of bed right now. Open our eyes. First thought, very important. Remember, they used to ask us as kids, Who's the first person you saw in the morning? That's how your day is going to be. सुबह किसका चेहरा देखा था? दिन वैसा बीतेगा. So किसका चेहरा means what was my first thought of the morning? Let it be a thought of gratitude. Gratitude to the Supreme Power, to God the Almighty. Gratitude to my mind and body for being healthy. Gratitude to people I live with, I work with. Gratitude to nature and all the resources I have. So much to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts me to a higher way of thinking. And the more you shift yourself to gratitude, the lesser we will have to complain during the day. Our acceptance power will increase because we are tuning to a higher vibrational frequency. Then, let's spend a few moments reflecting and preparing our mind for the day. Consciously creating a few thoughts which I want should become a reality. One equation we need to remember: the thoughts we create our reality. Not what is the reality creates our thoughts. It's our thoughts which create our reality. It's our thoughts which create our destiny. Not our destiny creates our thoughts. Thoughts manifest. We've read about it. We've heard about it. We forwarded these messages to people. Thoughts manifest. They become a reality. So it's time to consciously create those thoughts which we want should become our reality. Let's take a few thoughts for the current scenario. What do I want my reality to be? First thought: I am a powerful being. Powerful being means emotionally independent. I am a powerful being. Let's start thinking and visualizing this every morning. Power of affirmation plus power of visualization creates an experience, and this is the first step of meditation. We want to meditate, but we want to know how to do it. So power of affirmation plus power of visualization creates an experience, starts getting recorded here, and that's the first step of meditation. So one thought: I am a powerful being. Now let's visualize this. So visualize it right now. Do it right now. I am a powerful being. And I visualize this unaffected by people's behavior and situations. Choosing my response, even if things are not my way. Eating and drinking only what I know is right for me. Not a victim to taste and addictions. I am a powerful being. A thought plus visualization. See yourself during the day with people, in scenes, responding your way, remaining calm and stable. Powerful being will start getting recorded here. So the coding happens in the morning. The output is seen during the day. So the coding we have to do, the buttons situations will press, the output will be the coding that we did in the morning. But if I don't do the coding in the morning, then the output during the day is not in my choice. So I haven't done the coding right. And I'm living with my old coding that my thoughts depend on people. So first thought: I am a powerful being. Second: I am a happy being. Not I want happiness. I am a happy being. Visualize. Calm and stable always. Giver always. Not needing things. Not needing love and respect. Not needing appreciation. Not needing motivation. Giver. Happiness. Because giving is happiness. So I am a happy being. Third, I am a fearless being. I am a fearless being. We are surrounded by vibrations of fear and anxiety. So we need to take care. We have to be here so that we don't get pulled down by the collective vibrations around us. I am a fearless being. The higher we go in our vibrations, we'll be able to pull other people out. It's empowerment. We will be able to pull other people out. So I'm a powerful being. I'm a happy being. I am a fearless being. I am a giver. I am a giver. It's the time to light the diya. Diya. If the diya is lit, life is auspicious. If the flame blows out, it's inauspicious. Diya bujh gaya, जीवन अशुभ हो जाता है. Why were we taught this? Which diya can make life inauspicious? The power to give. If the power to give blows out, then my life becomes inauspicious, which means then nothing is going right in my life. I'm not happy, I'm not peaceful, because the power to give is over. So I am a giver. I am the diya of my house. Create this thought first thing in the morning. I am the diya of my house. I need nothing from people. I am the giver, the diya of my house. I am a diya where I work. I give and give to all unconditionally. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. Visualize it. My body perfect and healthy and will always be. Not a single thought, what if this happens to me? No. Even if I have some health issues, that should not be my thought process. Create an affirmation for that specific health issue. My blood pressure is normal. My sugar levels are normal. My shoulder, my spine is perfect. My bone density is perfect. Create an affirmation for the specific health issue, and otherwise my body is perfect and healthy and will always be. If there's any organ of the body which needs help, which is in pain, it requires a lot of love and care, not just physical, but love and care in terms of our thoughts and vibrations, because it's only then that healing will begin. Not only medicine plus healing energy of the mind. That's what removes the energy blockages from that organ of the body. So let's spend time, visualize perfect health, visualize good physical stamina, visualize powerful emotional stamina. This has to be visualized. That means we have to see it in the morning. Being that way our day. This is what will start getting coded here. Everything that we see in the morning here will start getting programmed here. Very, very important affirmation. God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. And please visualize this divine light circle, a white light circle. It's as if we are in a cocoon of divine light. It's an aura of a high vibrational energy. I am surrounded by the highest vibrational energy. It's an affirmation. Visualizing. This is the aura around me. God's divine power is the aura around me. I am protected, safe always. Nothing can enter into this circle, which means no lower energies, no lower vibrations can enter into this circle. Sometimes we say, I was not getting good vibes from that person. That vibes was not nice for me, depleted my energy. Why should somebody else's vibes enter into my energy field and deplete my energy? It's because I was not vibrating at the highest energy. So I need to vibrate at the highest energy. Their vibes will not pull me down. My vibes will pull them up. My vibes can pull people up. Why should people's vibes pull me down? So God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. Nothing can enter into this circle. Have a personal conversation with the Supreme Power. We all pray, but it's time to talk, discuss, share with God. Not like a complaint, not again asking, but sharing. Sharing means just sharing what's happening in life. sharing, not saying, ye theek kar do, wo theek kar do, this needs to change in my life, that needs to change. No, sharing and asking for advice. Asking for advice. What we're doing in our life is going to be our karma. We can't ask God, okay, change my karma. No, we have to do the karmas in our life. But we ask God for advice. Meditation means a personal relationship with the Supreme Power. A personal relationship with God. Share what's going on and wait for the answer. Wait for the answer. So the first 15-20 minutes is our meditation time. This is the time to build up the emotional stamina. Like we exercise in the morning to build up physical stamina. These are our gentle exercises in the morning to build up our emotional stamina. Meditation, which we can learn at the Raj Yoga Meditation Center of the Brahma Kumaris. Meditation, which we can learn online also right now. So 15-20 minutes of meditation. Then at least 30 minutes of consuming a healthy emotional diet. At least 30 minutes of consuming a healthy emotional diet, which means pure content, positive content, first thing in the morning. Very important. Very important to consume pure positive content first thing in the morning. That's where spiritual study, self-improvement books, positive videos, but that's what we have experienced at the Brahma Kumaris. Today we have centers in 140 countries all over the world. People from all walks of life, all religions, all age groups. Everyone who's taking care of family, who's going to work, who's extremely busy in what they are doing throughout the day. But for an hour, we go to the center, ideally in the morning. Those who cannot go in the morning, they go in the evening. Those who cannot go both times, go any time in the day. But ideal, we begin our morning with that 1 hour. And at the center, the first hour in the morning, study, spiritual study. That is consuming content, consuming divine content. That starts the energizing, the emotional health. That's where the first hour of the day is taken care of. 2 hours before going to sleep, we should disconnect from work communication. It's very important for the mind to have these gaps of disconnecting from work. Work was a part of our life, but we suddenly made work our life. It's a part of our life. So at least 2 hours before we sleep, we need to disconnect from work. At least an hour before we sleep, we disconnect from all other media platforms. Allow the mind to slow down. Sleep deprived is because we are not sleeping right. It's not because we're not sleeping enough. It's because we're not sleeping right. Because still we go to sleep, we're checking emails, phone numbers, because we have all on the phone. So emails, messages, just even if we go to sleep, 15 minutes, did not fall off to sleep, wake up, again check the phone, any email. So the mind is hyperactive. The mind needs to slow down to go to sleep. We cannot have a hyperactive mind and just go off to sleep because the body is tired. We will go off to sleep, but the mind will keep thinking. And the mind which is thinking in the night will be overthinking during the day. Tired mind, fatigued mind. So it's very important to take the mind gradually from that beta stage to the alpha stage, and gradually with that slowing down mind go to sleep. Not just fall off to sleep like this tired. So that's why sleep is called Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra, which means sleep is also a form of yoga, meditation. Yoga Nidra. So at least an hour before sleep, we should stop doing anything which is stimulating for the mind. Whatever we do should be soothing for the mind. So listening to music, happy conversations with family, reading a good book, at least 10 minutes of spiritual study before going to sleep, because the last layer of content on the mind will then be processed during the next 6-7 hours. The last layer of content is very important before we go to sleep. The last thoughts. Some of us write a journal, write a letter, writing a diary. Why? So that we are not carrying any troubled emotions to sleep. We are bringing it all out, sorting our mind before we go to sleep. But that's something we're not doing nowadays. With all that clutter on our mind, we go to sleep. We need to sort our mind, because whatever is on the mind during our sleep will go into the deeper subconscious. That's why it's very important to sort it all out, so that nothing wrong goes into the subconscious. Remember, we were taught, if you had a fight or an argument, sort it out before going to sleep. Don't take a fight to bed, which means sort out these emotions. The whole thing when we say, I cannot forget the past, it's because we never sorted it that day before we went to sleep. So it's got deep ingrained. 20 years old, 30 years old, it's sitting there because we didn't sort it out before going to sleep. We didn't clean it up before going to sleep. We didn't clean it the next day. How did we expect the stain to go away on its own? So we're holding on to that emotion for a very, very long time. So the last hour, and just before going to sleep, our last thoughts can be the affirmations. And visualize that. Again, gratitude to God. Create those affirmations. If the affirmation is the last thought before we go to sleep, then that thought becomes our natural thought in the next 6 hours of sleep. Within 10 to 15 days, the thought which you make your affirmation will no more be your affirmation. It will be your natural way of thinking. It will start becoming your natural way of thinking, and very soon, the natural way of being during the day. And that's where we will start shifting from that stress and anxiety to happiness, stability, acceptance, giving, only by changing the way we are creating our inner programming. So morning and night is very important. I'm sure all of us have shifted to a vegetarian diet during COVID. Vegetarian diet. If we have, let's continue with it. If we have not, let's experiment with it. Diet, what we eat and drink, is not just for the body, it's for the mind. You are what you eat did not mean my body is what I eat. It is you are what you eat. I am what I eat. Jaisa anna vaisa man. As will be the vibration of my food, so will be the state of my mind. So I need to take care of what I eat. The food that I eat should not be just the right nutrients. It should be the right vibrations, the right energies of the food. The nutrients will nourish my body. The vibrations will nourish the mind. So for emotional health, the vibrations of my food need to be right. The vibrations of my water need to be right. I need to take care of what I eat, what I drink. We know what is the vibration of a non-vegetarian diet. What's the emotion of the animal diet? Pain, anxiety, anger, helplessness, violence, and death is the energy, the vibration of that diet. Am I going to consume that vibration? I have my own fear and anxiety to finish. Am I going to consume fear and anxiety through what I eat and drink? So just a change in diet also brings about a huge change in our emotional health. So let's shift to a vegetarian diet and let's eat that food in the right state of mind. What we eat, how we cook, and how we eat affects emotional health. So what we eat is a sattvic vegetarian diet. How we cook it in a very peaceful state of mind. How we are cooking our food is extremely important. How we are cooking the food. Not clicking and ordering the food. Cooking our food. Cooking our food. So let's have very pure, high energy words playing in the kitchen while the food is being cooked. Chanting, prayers, spiritual songs, whatever you and the family like. Let it play in the kitchen while the food is being cooked. While eating, no screens while eating. No phone and TV while eating. And then, like we were taught, let's pause before we eat. Let's energize our food and water before we eat, which means let's pause. Again, gratitude to the higher power. Say our little prayer and then say those affirmations before we eat and drink. Let our food and water absorb those thoughts which we want to become. So like we add the ingredients, what I want my diet to be, so that's what I want my health to be. So I need to add those thoughts, what I want my mind to be, what I want my life to be. So we add spices, garnishing, okay, this is good for health, this is good for health, this is good for taste. We add it. Similarly, we need to add happiness, love, power as the vibration, so that's what my mind will become and that's what my life will be. So just say your affirmations 10 seconds before you begin your meal, before you even have a glass of water. Even the water we're consuming today has fear and anxiety because it's in the air. Water absorbs the vibrations from the air. So let's pause for 10 seconds. Gratitude and affirmation before our every meal, before our every glass of water. So how many times did that be? First thing in the morning, last thing before I go to sleep, every time I have a meal, every time I'm having a glass of water, my cup of tea or coffee. So that comes to roughly 10 to 15 times a day. 20 minutes, 15 minutes of meditation in the morning, 30 minutes of my spiritual study, high quality emotional diet, 1 hour before I go to sleep, relaxing my mind, 10 minutes before I sleep, again spiritual diet, affirmation just before going to sleep. Very, very, very simple to do. Very simple to do. Even a child can do all this. Such simple steps will start increasing the denominator, resilience, inner power, pressure not in my control. Resilience will start increasing multifold. Even if everything is chaotic in my life, my stress will start coming down and finish. And I'm going to shift to being happy always, just by increasing the denominator. Just by increasing the denominator. Focus on where we have control. And that's how life will start shifting. Making God's knowledge and God's power a part of our life. A part of our life. We thought science can do everything. Science is for the outer world. Yes, it can do a lot in the outer world. But for the inner world, I need spiritual power. It's the science of the inner world. Spirituality is science of the inner world. So science of the outer world for the outer world, science of the inner world for my emotional health. When I have both, that's when life is balanced. That's when I'm healthy and happy and thereby successful. So take out some time, about 4 to 5 days, an hour every day, or a weekend retreat. Sister Dr. Kala will share the details with us. But a weekend retreat at Peace Village Retreat Center or an online course of an hour on the weekend, let's learn this meditation. Let's learn this power of understanding ourselves, connecting to the higher power, and taking charge of our mind, taking charge of this inner world. Only then we will start becoming a diya for the world and then truly celebrate Diwali. Diwali is not just an outer celebration. Diwali is a celebration of the way we live our life. So greetings of peace, purity and prosperity, not just for 4 days, but for a lifetime. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Shivani Didi, for a very helpful and very informative as well as life learning lesson. I have learned myself one thing, that I will not use my cell phone or electronic device for going as soon as I wake up for 1 hour before I complete my prayer and before I go to bed. So I have learned one good thing, and there are so many things to implement, and I hope that all IAPS member can make some change in their life to get the peace. I would like to pass on the mic to Dr. Kala.
Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Shivani Ben. It was such a pleasure hearing you again and repeating and reminding us of the simple facts of life, just coming back to normal. And it really felt like coming back to our normal way of being, because I do remember in the early days the way we used to do things. A lot had to do with what you just have reiterated very beautifully in terms of the routine of the day. And even if we took up a fraction of what you have stated, on the one hand, not only have you said do this, don't do this, but you've also connected it with the facts of, the spiritual fact, the concepts, why not to and why to. And that's the beauty of what the Brahma Kumaris offer, I always feel. That with full understanding, we are able to change the way we do things. And so I'm also inviting the IAPS members and of course their families to kind of take up the next experiment with some of that you have. I put one of us. Of course, there will be times when we will be lighting the diya, but diya in the house, even on the streets, or even in the car as you're driving, but always living that life of awareness, in which we are always paying attention to what I am is what is also going out and sharing. So thank you so much, Shivani Ben. And I know that you've spoken to a group of pharmacists, those who are in the field of pharmacy, and I'm just thinking, going back to my childhood days, and they are very powerful people. I remember as children, we had a doctor's office, but the doctor always had somebody to dispense the medicine, remember, compounders. And sometimes they had more power than doctors. They would draw more faith from the patients because of the way they were. They were so jovial sometimes and, full of confidence. And so, I think a lot of the placebo effect took place. And so I'm imagining that as we inculcate some of these qualities that you have talked about through our daily practice, I think our pharmacists here can also become very powerful in terms of, where they do the IAPs, the activities of the Brahma Kumaris. We hear these things. Yes, of course, we do need reminders, but we also need these daily practices to be perhaps reinforced by some kind of guidance or group activity. And therefore, just want to say that we have also created a group of healthcare professionals. I think it's now about 6 months, and we've been having almost weekly gatherings to talk about some simple practices and go into the depth of that. And so I want the projection of this slide that we have created, some activities. Yes, it's called the Feel Well, Heal Well Lounge for healthcare professionals. And it's every Sunday evening, as you see, for 45 minutes. And it's an opportunity to hear from other practitioners, their practices, go into some of the concepts, that you already heard about, but how to make it simple, simplify. And definitely a good part of it is meditation also. And then we also, of course, have our regular meditation and retreats that happen in our centers as well as in our retreat centers. And so perhaps this can come back later on, and we have a set of slides, I believe, for some of the classes that happen in Medicine Center. If that's available, we can project that on. because a lot of you are in close connection with Edison. But like Shivani rightfully said, these retreats that we have in Peace Village, nowadays of course we have them online, and they're about either 1 day, a day and a half of sessions, and they really give you a foundation to the practice of meditation. And it will be beautiful to have that opportunity also, and do what you want with it after that. Like this is saying, there's a course in English with a handy translation available for family members if needed, and these are dates. And these days, of course, it doesn't matter who's giving, where they're giving, but anybody from any part of the world can join, right? So more information will be shared. I think we need the contact information for Edison Center also. Coming up soon. So I really want to also commend the IAPS for thinking of a program like this to prepare us for Diwali, to prepare the members for Diwali. It's a beautiful gift. I think this program itself is a beautiful gift to think that, in times like this, it's not so much about, obviously we cannot be in parties and so on anyway, but what's the maximum that we can do for each other is to find ways in which we can really enrich and on so many fronts. So this acts from this program, I think actually that, we already, I'm sure, have felt the strength, that's coming from inside, and so it's just a matter of connecting to it more and more. And if we have contact numbers for the Edison Center, that would be nice too. Yeah. A lot of our activities we co-sponsor, between the Edison and Peace Village. So please do feel free to really contact us. And we also have an upcoming Diwali program on the 22nd, Sunday the 22nd evening, 5 to 6:30. Details can be sent to you soon once you contact us and let us know your interest. So that will be a beautiful thing also, because we can really all celebrate together. Not that we can invite each other to our home. We would love to have everybody at Peace Village, but we could definitely celebrate, in the real sense of the word, that by that time you would have tried out some of these things, and you would have seen the benefit of some of these things, simple things, right? Getting up in the morning, leaving that hour for yourself. Go save the date, Diwali special, November 22nd, and so we'll send out more information for you once you contact the Edison Center. We're all doing it together, all the centers in the area. So very, very warm welcome to that program and to any other program that we would like to have you. And of course, when things open up, which I hope will be soon, we would love to have all of you at Peace Village. Beautiful, beautiful Peace Village. Thank you so much, Rajubai, for taking this initiative and really putting the good word out there. And I'm sure this can be made available to others who are not able to be on this program as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shivani Ben.
Thank you, Dr. Kalaben and Shivani Didi, for giving excellent presentation to our IAPS member, and I hope that every IAPS member gains something out of it. And I really appreciate Raju Patel for putting this together and being after it. In our busy life, we always postpone the word important in life, but we made it happen. So I'm great that Raju Patel took the initiation. Please, everyone, reach out to the Edison Center and take the maximum benefit out of getting inner peace and heal in the life. And we all like to be a good citizen as well as be more productive in life. and this will help us to be a good person in life as well as be motivated and motivate others. Again, the information being shared on the screen, so you can make a note, and we have taken the video recording of this seminar and we'll pass on to all IFS member. If someone did not attend, at least they will have video recording for their review. Thank you everyone. Again, thank you Dr. Kalaban and Shivani.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much.